What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Vincent Oshana Show. I'm your host. Obviously, it's Vincent Oshana. I don't identify as anything crazy today. To my left, normally it would be Kelly Ann, the very lovely Kelly. She's busy doing another shoot right now. So we had a second, this is our second step in because Deli couldn't do it because Deli's busy right now. This dude, we don't even know what the hell he does, but he's a good guy. He loves the golf, I guess, and he does all my videos. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Maverick O'Neal, a.k.a. Mav Daddy. Give it up for him. Ladies, he's single. He's disease-free, I think, still, Maverick? Disease-free?
Yeah, completely clean.
No disease, no itching, no scratching. All right, good for you. Congratulations. All right, guys, my guests for today, these are my old school, original home team folks. They were here from the beginning. First, I want to introduce, she's a writer. She's an actress. She's an angel sent to us from the heavens above. Give it up for Christy Prados, everybody. Hi, Christy.
Hola.
How you doing? You chilling? That was so good.
Thank
you know what?
you.
I couldn't read it, so I was just like, let me just improvise. And
Gracias.
the board, he's there. Don't cry, please. And next, he's a rapper. He's a bartender. He's a philosopher. He recently officiated his first wedding, and I saw the photo. You were dressed as the African character.
Yes.
Did you do the African guy the whole time?
Oh yes, I was.
Okay, guys.
Ganye.
His number one philosophy in life is helping people help you. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round to the jack of all trades, Shamari CNS.
That's good. It's good to be back, baby. Good to see Vincent.
Guys, these are the type of shows where there's no pressure. There's a comfortable. We're gonna talk about. Guys, I have so much stuff from discussing pedophiles to aliens to Dodge's dog. I'm gonna talk. We're talking about everything today. I'm really excited. So we're not gonna hesitate. We're gonna go into our first segment, and that first segment is called What the Funk. Yeah.
Let's see.
All right, am I in the shot? All right, guys. As you guys all know, Maverick is gonna show a bunch of clips that we found on the internet. And normally we would judge these people on our own and you would talk shit while you're at your house. But we'll do it together as a group, which is always fun. Feel free to talk shit. Maverick, let her roll, baby.
Let's see.
Oh, shit! What the hell was that?
Okay, we started good
What,
already.
on top of a volcano?
That was too
Wait,
soon.
Yo, was that real? Mav, show that again.
That's every house party.
Oh!
The roof. The
Yo.
roof. The roof is on fire.
No, what do you mean?
What kind of
The
construction?
floor is...
I think of the infrastructure. I'm like, okay, who designed this?
Oh
Who
my
do we
God.
have
Well,
to
the first
sue?
thing that goes in my mind is I'm suing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ, everybody's gonna get sued. God, why'd you play such a good song?
Wait,
Oh, she's white? Okay, look.
she should have let go. That's it.
Let go!
Okay,
Let go!
okay. Oh.
Yeah, okay. All right, like,
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got.
Call that a
Dodge,
failure
good
to
job,
launch.
baby.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep
that
going,
was
Maverick. She's
not
an
good.
idiot.
Oh.
Whoa.
Snap it.
Oh,
Yes.
shit!
I
Yes.
love wildlife, man.
Okay, time out. Go back, Maverick.
Honestly,
can you do that one more time? Look at the
God.
That's a full.
What is that, Eddie?
Dude,
You guys ever heard
it's
of
like
whacking?
a gazelle or something, but
Wow.
dude, the power of that.
I love it.
And Mav
looks tasty.
was like, they just swallow the hooves and everything.
They don't
And the
even
thing
chew.
about it
Give a
is,
shit.
the crocodiles actually have the most pressure per square inch in their jaw and their bite.
Oh,
That's
my-
like,
That's so random.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't know that.
love
really
wildlife.
fun
When I was a
fact.
kid, all I would watch is Animal Planet. Steve Irwin is my I was
You
gonna
can
the
say
N-word.
it. You can say whatever.
That's
the fuck
my
you want.
ninja. That's
Yo,
my guy.
But guess what, though?
Have you seen
And
Steve
being-
Irwin's daughter? Oh my God,
No,
these
she's hot.
days.
But you know what, though?
Is she hot?
Yeah,
Shamari,
venting
I
now.
respect
Yeah.
Shamari because you love animals, but you're not dumb enough to get near these motherfuckers.
Oh no, I'm still black.
You watch them from
TV.
afar, but you're like, oh, look at the croc from the boat. All right, next, let's go, baby.
Oh no.
Oh, homegirl, yep.
Wait.
Oh! Was she peeing in the sink?
Yes.
Go back, Maverick, go back. Is she
That's like-
peeing? All right, so one friend, there's a lot to unpack.
What is
Her
going-
friends-
You know what that reminds me
Somebody
of? The scene
wipe
from
her up.
Bridesmaids, where they're all like in the
Oh,
bathroom.
yeah, it's like, oh my God, she's throwing up a
Look away!
That
What a
does
dummy.
seem
Yeah.
like the best bridesmaid party right there. You got
That-
one pissing in the sink,
One
one throwing
comforting
up in the
her friend,
bathroom,
and then-
one
Not
comforting
good.
her holding her hair.
And then what a dirty
That's-
bitch
you're saying that's
peeing
real
in the
friendship.
sink. Go
That's
ahead,
real
Mav.
friendship. That's a lit night right there.
What the hell?
Oh
my
what?
God.
Yo, that's a
Wait.
You're thinking the same thing as me.
Wait,
That's a
wait.
strong shirt.
That is a strong
What the
stream.
hell was that? Play that like you're a girl. Is that normal?
No.
It depends on how
It's a
bad you
pressure
go.
washer.
It depends.
Dude!
Wish he did that in my mouth.
Oh
Ew,
my
Dodge.
God! Yes!
That depends on how-
Oh my God!
How bad you need to go.
Time out. Have you ever had to go that bad?
I mean, I don't think it's been that strong.
But has it ever been that? Like, I wish there was audio to hear
Look
it.
at
She
the
went,
bubbles. Look at the bubbles, though. The
I know.
pressure.
I can't watch that again. Matt, go to the next one. Go to the next
It's like the windshield wiper.
one. Snake bites
Right.
dad on head.
Oh no. Wait.
I guess it's...
Where's the
Oh
snake?
shit, up there!
Oh my God.
Ah!
Pobrecito.
And then look. And nobody...
Oh my God.
Family doesn't give a shit. They're like, Dad's home!
No.
They put the snake there.
Yeah,
That's my
so-
worst fear. My worst fear on the planet is snakes. I hate snakes.
That's number one
As much
for
as
you?
I love animals,
What
I
about snakes on a
hate
plane?
I've been bit
snakes.
by a snake, but it was a
You
garden
been-
snake. Yeah, it wasn't. I thought it was over. But go ahead, Matt.
Oh no.
Saca-rolhas diferente. Vamos
I'm
lá?
already.
Hey.
Wait, is that Portuguese?
Oh my God.
Is that Portuguese?
He thought he was
Forward with
cool.
So much
Play that again.
confidence.
Play that again.
Saca-rolhas
Play that again.
diferente.
He's like, yeah.
Espanol.
I love this thing.
Thought he
Let's go. Like, oh
my
the
God.
cameraman has to be like, dude, I gotta keep that tape. I got to. All right, let's go.
That really humbled him, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh, what is that?
Nice.
Oh my God, she's on house. She has a house arrest
It's
thing
her
on her leg.
ankle monitor.
Hey, Dodge, you
Oh
feeling
my
this?
God.
Dodge,
dude,
you
no,
feeling
time out.
this, right?
That's
Dodge, that doesn't turn you on?
that's dodging.
Very much.
Oh
I'm
my
getting her
God,
number.
look at this hot.
Get a
Oh,
wife.
Yes.
dude,
Oh,
she's.
yeah.
Because she
and look
can't
at
go
her.
nowhere.
Yeah, Dodge, sick, nice
at
body,
that,
and she's
babe.
dangerous. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
God,
Oh, I
what a
love
random.
Anything
that
for
it?
the Instagram photo.
Matt, one more?
Oh!
Shit!
What's the
Was that
powder?
bridge made by no?
What's the powder?
Wait, no, what is the? Oh, I think it's just dirt. Oh,
I just
Bro.
washed my car!
yeah. Or no, can you imagine the
Imagine.
truck driver's gonna come out and then deal with that situation and be like, yeah, I thought I pushed it to come back down. No wonder why I wasn't hitting my top speed.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Mav.
What is
What
that?
was he
Oh,
trying
it's
to
a
accomplish?
table.
Alon, what was he trying to accomplish? Backyard, but nobody's there. Do that again.
Oh my God.
What is he doing?
Man, already off the top rope!
Yeah. His boy's like, no, I'm not gonna jump
okay.
now, you dumb bastard.
That does remind me of WWE, though. SmackDown, you remember, like, JR? Oh, my God!
Yeah, off the top rope. Is he dead?
Jerry the King Lawler?
might be.
I don't know. I don't think. Maybe.
He might be dead.
Maybe. Who knows?
Go ahead. Oh, is that it?
Yep, that
All
is
right, guys,
all.
keep it going for What the Fuck, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, audience.
Can we just talk about your hair really quick?
You guys want to talk about like this? Like,
It
if we're
is
gonna
very
be real,
luscious.
Look at your hair.
The only reason this hair is still going is Maverick one day was like, dude, just don't fade it. Just let it go. Because, mind you, I was giving myself a fade, but once it gets this long, I'm not a
gotta trim.
scissor, but like this shit is no
Look how
joke.
clean that looks,
Look at that
though.
from the back, bro.
That shit is
You are
luxurious,
shining.
man.
Thank you. I told you yesterday, Adam, Alon, where were it was what day were it? Sunday night. Adam goes, damn, Vinny, could I? And by the way, there's another grown man. Put his fingers through my hair and he goes, your shit's coming in good.
But
And
did
I went, thanks. But don't ever run your fingers through my fucking
didn't even
hair."
ask.
He didn't even ask.
It's just a
like
magnet.
my mom does that.
It's a magnet, though. Like,
Yeah, but
it's
I,
luscious.
but guys, I appreciate it. But the gel situation.
Lush.
It's attractive.
Thank you. Hey, with all due respect, I respect that. Like, no homo. But homo, but no homo. Anyway,
See?
all right, guys. As everybody knows, one of the top issues that we're dealing with as a nation, which is, I hate that I even have to say it, is the whole allowing trans women, AKA biological men, to compete with women. They interviewed in front of Congress. What was that girl's name? The white girl, the swimmer?
Riley
Riley.
Gaines?
Yeah.
Riley Gaines. Dude, think about this. Women have to go to Congress to testify to say it's cheating. And I
Right.
said this from the jump. You guys all know this. I said they should just have a trans league that will have all trans. And if you're woke and you want to compete with these fucking people, go for it. We'll have a league for yourself. They can make a shitload of money. Congratulations. But it still hasn't happened. But we shot a sketch where we started our own league for the MMA. Listen, the fight's coming August 16th. And we got a sketch we want to show you. It's called the Ultimate Cheating Championship. Play it, Maverick. My name is Veronica Steele. I'm from Butte, Montana, and I'm fighting Mary Cotton this Saturday night in Las Vegas for the Ultimate Cheating Championship debut. My record competing against men was 0-14. So I found out fairly quickly that I was out of my league, so I figured I'd switch genders and give this whole trans thing a try.
Gorgeous.
Laziness. I mean, let's be honest. Competing against biological women compared to men is way easier. Just look at Leah Thomas and Brittany Griner, two transgender women that are dominating in their respective sports.
Griner isn't trans. She's a woman.
Are you serious?
Look how jacked I am.
Is he serious?
Yes.
Dodge, you
Could have fooled me.
Dodge would.
Hi, my name is
yeah.
Mary Cotton.
Yeah.
My professional record is 2-1-8. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and this weekend I'm fighting Veronica Steele in Las Vegas. Oh, I fully support the trans movement. I think as a society that we need to be more loving and accepting. If Veronica says she's a woman, who am I to say otherwise? I can take her either way.
I'm going to beat the out of Mary, like really bad. I'm gonna rip her arms off and beat her to death with them. All right, I'll happily do 5 to 10 years, but that will be dead. I'm talking about funeral in the ground, dead.
I look crazy.
I don't really need to train. I know I identify as a woman technically, but I still have my baloney pony and my testes down there, which are filled with testosterone that are just dying to be unleashed.
Training with Veronica is very intense. She is abnormally strong, but like an ox. I'm really excited to continue training with her. It's bigger than me. If we can get the first trans woman to beat out all women, then it's really a fight for all women. If you think about it, I'm sorry, my neck is just it hurts.
Am I worried that I'm gonna get hurt? Not at all. Being the Christian woman that I am, I pray a lot. And I ask the Lord for guidance, strength, and protection during my fights.
God can't save her. But maybe she can meet God after I rip her heart out and throw it into the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your fighters, Veronica Steele and Mary Cotton.
Yeah, put that in the
What's my pain level?
Genius.
What's up, man?
Genius, because nobody's thought about UFC. That's a completely original idea. And I'm like, I guess there's a reason, obviously.
But yeah, Dodge, I think there was one, guys, where a guy actually competed
shit.
with women and he knocked her ass out cold.
Oh,
but I
that
think
would
that's when
happen? Wow.
Yeah, that's when they were kind of like.
Press doesn't want you to know about
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like, and mind you, Pat today was like, Vinny, this whole transgender. He's like, you're really hitting on something. I'm like, I want to point out the cracks and the holes in that whole debate.
Huh?
But yeah, the absurdity. But yo, shout out for Christy being a champ. Beat the shit out of her the whole time. Think about it. I'm fighting Kelly. I'm fighting Mary Cotton. She doesn't get touched yet. You know what I mean? She gets all the abuse. But the funniest thing was we're at her apartment shooting because Christy's apartment has the ring. That training room is in her apartment complex. Dodge.
Nice.
So we're walking down to the gym. And a guy, girl, kind of looking, walks by. And I go, hey. And he goes, hey. And Christy goes, he's a transgender.
That's
and I was
the
like,
one.
I know. But do you know how funny it was in your gym with people that were working out, looking at us, and you kept having to explain? Like,
Well, it's so funny because when you were filming like a guy, no one came in.
Yeah.
And then the minute that you were
Veronica, everybody and their mother was
and it
in
was
there.
every like attractive girl.
Yeah.
Too. And
So it didn't.
he's like, I'm an actor.
Yeah, so it didn't help. Which, staying on this topic, which I love when like that comes organically, and then the first story that I wanted to talk about is about this, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Maverick, this is the first story. I read about Jessica Marie Han, a transgender double murderer who killed both of his babies and stuffed one of their bodies in a Tupperware container, is set to receive taxpayer-funded breast implants. Let me repeat that. This piece of shit murdered, when he was a guy, his 2 kids. Yeah, that's him. That's the same guy. Same guy. Oh. But when he got caught, you know what he said? I'm a woman. I don't want to go to the male prison. Goes to women. And then think about it. In California, give it up for California. Gavin Newsom got rid of the death penalty. So this guy, bro, Winner. Okay, hold on. So he was born Jason Han, originally held on death row at San Quentin following his trial, but was transferred to a Central California women's facility after he began to identify as a woman. Good for him, all right? Good for him because the system, he's showing the system, go fuck yourself, all right? And after California Governor Newsom ordered a halt to the death penalty in the state, Han was allowed to move into general population, is now awaiting his subsidized breast augmentation. Okay, I'm gonna go to all of you. You too, Dodge. Chrissy, when you hear something like this, how do you respond?
I think it's just really funny. I think people are taking, I feel like crazy people are taking advantage of this entire ideology, of this entire movement. And isn't it with men when they're in prison, don't they treat each other worse when it's like when they go into prison for treating women badly?
Yeah,
or like rape or like murder.
Kids
of children.
are the number one thing, Chris.
Kids are like a huge no-no. So like if I were a guy and I had committed something like this, I would immediately want to consider myself a woman because one, I feel like I'll take over the jail.
Oh yeah.
And number two, I'll like kind of rid myself of any potential, you know,
I
hurting
agree.
myself in
Work
like
in
a
the
men's
system.
prison.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't even get mad at him.
I think it would just be like great. I feel like I would look forward to it.
Yeah, Shamar, what do you think?
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think it's disgusting, man.
What? That he's getting that we're paying for his boobs?
I think the whole situation is disgusting, man. This is probably one of the worst things I've ever heard
in your life.
Yeah, man. This is probably up there with Casey Anthony. So you chop up your kid, put him in Tupperware,
Casey.
and then
Blast
to
in the
get out of the
past.
case,
Say that you're a chick. And now,
You're a chick.
Don't
hold
talk
on.
about
And-
my girlfriend that way.
But no, this is the worst part. You, Dodge, me, Kelly, everybody in this room, we're going to pay for this guy's tits. Like, oh my God. Like, first of all, they're gonna go
Wait,
to
how
waste.
does that work? How does
What do you mean?
anybody understand how
What do
that
you
works
mean?
here? Like how my tax dollars are going to this guy's titties. How does this work?
Because he's, listen to me, because.
Prison
hey,
healthcare.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Dodge, what are you gonna say?
Oh, healthcare, whether it be healthcare itself or healthcare from the prison, everything is taxpayer
Wait,
funded.
but titties
And he
are
says,
covered by
but, yeah,
healthcare?
so Dodge, he just says because now that he's transitioned, I need these to make myself feel
They say
better.
It's a legal right provided by
It's a
taxpayers.
legal right.
Right.
And mind you, this is dog, and that's why I said I'm not. Obviously, I hope this guy. They're like God, but mind you, at church I have to learn to like be cool and not judge because that's gonna be God's job. I hope to God
Oh, no.
that God judges. No, God has to. These people have to pay. They're not gonna pay for it in this world. They have to pay for it in another world. Even if people are like there isn't a God, the Creator guy, he has to do something.
I hope so. I mean, I've always said it. I said it the other day on Twitter. I was like, people who say only God can judge you, no, he can't. I'm judging you. I'm judging
You know what's
too.
crazy is that as a woman, like if I wanted breast augmentation or if I wanted any type of surgery that was just for like vanity purposes or for like personal reasons, not for anything like healthcare wise,
Yeah.
I can't get that from taxpayer
You could
funds.
identify
I have
as
to
a
pay it out of
busty woman.
pocket.
Right.
But then
She's
they
right.
get more taxpayer deductibles for like procedures like that, and I'm just like, man, they're even getting.
Yeah, and they're going to waste
perks.
because think about it. He's going to be in jail. Whatever the hell. You know how many flat-chested women are out there that are like, bitch, like.
Dude, my mom is trying
Help
to
me.
look for like healthcare and being able to be supported for like eyesight, for like potential surgeries for eyesight, and that's not covered. But his
this
breasts
guy.
are.
Dude, clown world at its peak. And then, and here's my thing. And I've always said this. Where are all the feminists at? And I mean,
They're supporting it.
J.K. Rowling.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I say J.K. Rowling. She's a feminist, and she says this has gone overboard.
Okay, now see,
Literally
that's
Oh no,
one
but now
notch.
she's a conservative. Now
Well, now
she's
she's-
Well, that's
considered.
what she's been branded as.
Right.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
by
yeah,
the
exactly.
liberal media, but she's actually not.
Because but that Dodge, when I asked that, I asked for the women like those same feminists, those women that were like when Brett Kavanaugh was on trial.
yeah.
You guys remember rapist? What was her name? Alyssa Milano said herself when he was on camera at Congress. She placed herself perfectly right there, just angry. Where are y'all at?
Believe
Alyssa
all
Milano,
women.
all you fake ass feminists, all you Amy Schumers, all you fake ass bitches. Where are you at? Y'all just sitting on the sideline now because it doesn't fit the narrative that their side wants. Here is a murdering child murderer that's going to avoid getting his ass killed or beat in jail because now he's a woman. Like,
I tell you what, I think the feminists got replaced by Satanists and contrarians.
what's a contrarian?
So anybody that just wants to disagree. I think that's really
Contrary.
all that these people have been replaced by, because I don't see anybody actually fighting for women anymore and what women want and what women feel like they deserve. I don't think anybody's actually fighting for that anymore. I haven't seen it maybe since the Me Too movement, since the Brett Kavanaugh. I think that died with George Floyd.
Dude, it's just it's crazy that like I'm shocked. Like everything that women have gone through to get like finally with everything, with the pay and with the like women are everybody's equal. It's your merit, it's your job, it's your what you want to go for your career. Nobody's stopping anybody for being whatever. And now all the oppression that men put women through, now those same men are like, you know what? I'm gonna identify as you, not go through the struggle, and you have to accept it or you guys are gonna be looked down upon. It's like, I think that there should be a law. I'm being dead serious. There should be a law. If you legally or whatever say, okay, from now on, for the rest of my life, identify as a woman, you have to, by law, go through the same things that all the women went through. Like, for instance, you wanna be a woman, you're not gonna vote. I'm not gonna do the 10 years you can't vote. Wherever you work, half your pay is gonna get cut in half, and guess what? You're gonna be sexually harassed, and you can't do nothing about it.
But no matter what you do, no matter what kind of regulations you put on it, it's not about experiences, and it's not about what you wear. That's not what makes a woman. You will never, unfortunately, be a woman. And I feel bad for those people who really do have gender dysphoria and who battle with that insecurity, that they genuinely feel they're in the wrong body, or they have traumas in their life that they haven't like figured out yet, that they need to work. Now they don't even question it. It's like, if you go in there, and I've seen a bunch of heartbreaking stories of detransitioners talking about it. You go in there, and as a kid, like you growing up, like you felt like you were insecure. You had your insecurities. You didn't feel comfortable in your own body. You were still figuring yourself out.
Of course.
Figuring life out. Now, if you were, imagine you being 18 or 17-year-old Vinnie, and you go inside and you're like, I feel like insecure about this. Now they're telling you that you're just like, oh, well, it's because you're in the wrong body.
Oh, really? Is
and
that what it is?
they don't even question it. They don't put you through psychological tests.
Bring
they
it
don't
up,
give you
too.
assessments.
Yeah.
That's the scary
They
part.
literally, they're the ones who like will bring it and
you're
put
right.
it in people's mind first. And then it's just confusing people. So like, it's never going to be a thing. You can tell them that they can go through all the experiences from women's past history, but they're never going, and unfortunately, it's just like, it's not a thing, and that's the truth.
And I just saw, Chris, I think 100% I agree. I just saw one of those videos. It was a panel of three, I'm so confused, guys that went through the transition of being the female, as they call detrans. Now they're telling their story of how bad of a mistake, and that the family and everybody let them do it. You never see those videos, or you notice that?
No. It's
you don't
never
see
gonna
the
be.
people that it ruined their lives, because they don't want you to see that, because you're gonna mess with the money that it's gonna take for the counseling and the surgery and the medicine and the again big pharma.
It's a lot of lawsuits too
big
that
time,
are going.
big
Yeah.
time.
My deepest thoughts on it is kind of the same thing that is the root cause of all this red pill stuff too.
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of weak dudes out there. Like, when I say weak dudes, I mean like mentally weak, physically weak. Everything about them is maybe on the lowest totem pole of men and manhood.
Yeah.
And so these guys say it'd be easier if I was a woman. Like, even and again, this is like, I'm really trying to analyze it. Like, the other day I go in a Smoothie King and I'm grabbing a Daily Warrior, and there's like, as soon as I walk in, there's like this dude chick at the cashier register. And I couldn't tell if it was a dude or a chick, and it wasn't like they had titties or anything. It was just like,
just confusing.
The masculine traits didn't fully develop, and neither did the feminine one. So I couldn't tell. Like, he had long hair.
You're like, excuse me, what are you?
No, I didn't know what to say because I didn't want to offend anybody. But these are.
Smart.
But what do you? I understand his confusion, because looking at this person, whoever it was, if it was a man or a chick, I was confused. I was like, and then he just walked away, because I think he understood I didn't know what the fuck you were.
Yeah.
Like,
Maverick, you had something the other day. Remember, you went to the gas station. What did you see when you walked in?
Oh God, I don't want to talk about it.
No, but just what happened. Just say what.
talk about
No,
it.
you guys have to hear, because he walked out like this, like he saw a ghost. I thought somebody pulled out a gun, but then he tells me this story.
No, I mean, it was very clearly a man dressed as a woman.
Yeah,
But
okay.
like, I went in there, and he bent over to grab something.
And?
As he bent over, he was wearing like clear see-through leggings. So
Listen.
he was wearing a G-string.
Oh my God.
But lo and behold, he had his marbles were hanging from the.
So yo, a G-string with balls on each. Like you know that toy that you go like this and the balls slap.
I walked out completely petrified, looking at Vinny like, what the hell did I just
Maverick
witness?
came out, and I'm not joking. Like this hand, get a shot of this, Jeremy. This hand was like this, and I'm like, dude, was there like a robbery? He's like, I don't think I can. I'm not gonna eat pizza now because I can't. He couldn't eat after this. But Greta, you're gonna say something?
My whole thing is like, I don't have like, and if I see that, I'll probably just laugh and
He
like,
ran out.
walk away. I don't have the time or the energy to really mess with whatever any adult person is going through. Like that guy, like live your life.
Live your truth.
Live your truth however you want to live it. I don't have the energy for it. I'm trying to take care of my own life. My whole thing is when you try to then make it as if it's the truth, and then when you try to involve kids with it or like innocent people, I think that's when I start getting.
That's the cutoff.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like if you wanted to do that, and if you wanted to live your
Fine, do
life
your
like that,
thing.
do your
I'll
thing.
ask if he
Like
wants to
I
rub
don't
one out.
care.
Yeah, Dodge.
Okay,
Be honest
Dodge.
with me, Dodge. If you were out and you're a
It
little
would be
buzzed and
gross.
you saw a trans that went through everything, like lopped everything off, and you knew he was a she now,
Right.
and he was like, "Listen, Dodge, the best night of your life. To hell with any girl that you've ever had.
Okay.
Would you do it?
Depends how. Well,
What
all right,
kind
yeah,
of
I'll
alcohol?
say this.
Oh, go ahead.
Post-op. Yeah.
Post-op. See, at least I
Yeah.
respect Dodge because
I mean,
the person
you know,
is going.
I don't know
At
if I
least
could
he's
keep
going.
it up,
At least
but I
she
tried.
went through
I
it.
tried.
Okay, see, I respect
Yeah.
that. All right, guys,
I'd
we're
probably
gonna move on to the
deflate,
next story.
but I
Hey,
tried.
Balls and G-strings aside, literally and figuratively. The next story, we talked about this briefly backstage. Last week's aliens exist admission from the government whistleblowers. All right, did you guys notice something that not people weren't even freaking out? Like, Matt, this is a story. We have the story, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. So remember last week this all happened. Did you guys notice? It wasn't like, you would think if the government and officials were like, guys, aliens, we have them, they're here, people would trip out. And I realized something, and I'm gonna come to all of you guys, including you, Dodge. I learned something as I got older. When something major happens, especially like this with aliens, you have to stop, look around what's happening, and ask yourself, what are they distracting us from? And Chrissy, you made a point. Hunter Biden was in court in Delaware with his, what's it called? Yeah. Like, hey,
With
guys.
his former
look,
business
look,
partner.
Aliens. Look, guys, aliens over
It's
here.
always aliens and Hunter Biden within the same week.
Yeah, it's always
funny.
If an alien lands, something's going on with Hunter Biden. And then, the feds raise the tax, income tax. The crypto crook, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Oh
6
my
out of his
God.
12 charges were dropped, including campaign finance. That's what you get when you donate $50 million to the Democratic Party. So, like, what do you when you see
That's
something like
crazy.
that, Chrissy? Like, did you buy into it? I know you're a Christian woman, so Christians I know a lot of Christians are like, dude, don't ever talk to me. Aliens, they don't exist. It's not in the Bible. It's which I think if aliens do land, Christianity is going to be in for a rude awakening. But what do you think when
I
you
don't
hear
know.
something?
After seeing Mitch McConnell this past week,
right.
just completely
Oh
froze.
my God!
Just completely like some interference happened. Yeah,
The
after
little
that,
alien in his head was like malfunction, or like it was having like an update.
it was scary.
I just felt like the dial-up. You remember the dial-up sound?
Yeah, dude, but that's scary. That guy's making decisions, putting laws into place that are going to affect us forever. He can't even walk. Dianne Feinstein was in Congress the other day, and they were doing a vote, and they were on a hot mic, and they're like, Feinstein, yay or nay? And she was just like, I love
They were like-
soup. They were like, no, Miss Feinstein.
Say aye.
Yay or say aye. And she was like, my eye hurts. So, like, get that bitch out of here. Wheel her old skeleton Tales of the Crypt ass out of there.
Yeah.
And guys,
We gotta get rid of him.
No, we have to get rid of them. How do we do it?
Vote.
They're latching onto the power, and if you see it, Mitch McConnell and them have minions that are obviously going to take over. They want to keep them going as long as they can until they die. They're not giving up that power.
I think
bro.
two things that we should make a test for two things past 65. For Congress or for political power.
Yeah.
We should definitely have a cognitive test.
Yes.
You should also have a cognitive and physical test for people over 65 to drive.
I think so.
Those two things.
Oh my God, for
You
sure.
need to make sure that you still know how to drive, you still know how to react.
I agree.
Same thing for
I agree.
political officials. Come on.
Need
I
one
don't know
for
about
Asian
that. I
women
don't want to
too.
have to drive my grandfather everywhere.
No, but
No, but he can't. No, I almost got killed by an old guy in the 95 the other day. He's going like 8 miles an hour. He's coming into my lane. Then he speeds up. I go next to him because I have to see his face. I'm not joking. He couldn't even. He was like this, and I pulled. No,
I know women
yeah.
like that right now.
I was like,
Kinda
what are you doing? And he was just like, he just waved to the side, bro. He couldn't even see over the fucking camera.
That is prejudice against short people.
No, bro.
I thought you were gonna say ageism. I was like, okay,
That
here
too.
we go.
My grandfather.
I'm a little ageist, though.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
I'm a little bit.
My grandfather, who barely spoke any English, went to get his driving test. By the way, he had one of his eyes was gone because somebody in Iran did one of those bottle tossing things, and it took the black out of his. So he just had a white eye. Oh yeah,
Wow.
Old school, old school.
Wait, where you put like
Look
the
like
cap?
a demon.
Well, no, the cap. You know the bottle cap?
Yeah.
Somebody did that, and it hit his eye. So the whole. He couldn't
Poor
see. It was just
thing.
white. He had scary eye as a kid. It was very, very scary.
You ever
Like
had
a
an
milky
eye
So it
eye.
was over. Yeah, like no,
Wow.
it was.
It looked milky.
He was all milky,
poor
but he went to
thing.
get his license in New York,
Wild.
and he failed horribly.
Can you
so he
imagine?
brought the lady. I'm not joking. Chocolates. He left. Brought her chocolates. He's like, sweetheart, please, I can't. And she's like, okay. And she gave him a driver's license. He probably killed like 5 people throughout the years. But hey,
But she got
chocolate.
chocolates.
Chocolate.
Great.
But anyway, okay. So yeah, we're gonna move on, guys.
Wait, we didn't talk about the aliens.
Well, no, well, oh my bad. What did you think? Did you even say it? What you thought?
Never mind.
No.
What do you want to
I
say
think,
about aliens?
No, actually,
What do I
you-
want to say about
Yeah.
aliens? They
Did-
probably exist. That's all I'm
But
saying.
hold on, you're on the fence. Do you believe it or you don't believe it?
I think that I've never seen it, so I can't say I just believe it, automatically.
Well, from where? But from what you've been seeing with all the footage, hold on, with testimony from whistleblowers, me and Maverick just saw the Navy release 3 videos that are out there. Unless it's we've perfected the technology to make it look like this, it's pretty freaking convincing.
I'm still waiting for my anal probe.
God is like, come on, aliens. That's so.
I'm just saying I haven't seen them. I've seen a lot of evidence. I've seen a lot of pictures and
Is it
things
believable?
like this, but no one's ever. I don't know how to put it, but I'm a
it's
person
true,
who is like
dude.
seeing is believing.
Well, okay, Maverick, what are you saying?
I mean, but like, it's also like, I mean, not necessarily like ignorant, but like, I mean, we're not the only people in the entire
And
galaxy.
that's why I say it's a
You know what I'm
possibility
saying?
because you know what? I am a God-fearing man, and I think that my view of God is a little weird because I kind of think that God is like by himself and he just kind of got bored and we're like all his imaginary friends.
Okay.
I think he kind of just made all. I mean, he just made all this shit up.
Okay.
And
Well,
so
Mike-
I think he didn't just get stopped with us. I think
Well-
he went on and kept making stuff.
You know, Mike, one of our. You know, Mike believes like we're in a firmament, like we're in a bubble, and all the stars are just little like, I guess, poked holes. And it's pretty. I looked into
Wow.
it. It's pretty fucking scary.
I don't know if I go.
Marijuana
with
is
No, Mike. I mean, it's really good weed, but Mike made me look into it. Mike made me look into it, and I was like, oh shit! Like, listen. Here's the thing. Nobody knows anything. Everything is a story, and either you believe in it or you have to have faith. That's it, bro. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows anything. Zero. Because when people are like, what's the number one unanswered question in the world?
Did we land on the moon?
Definitely not. When you
That's
die,
fair, though.
what happens to where are we? Is it what happens? So since we don't know, nobody knows shit. It's all love. Just love each other because guess what?
Yeah.
It's gonna end. We all have something in common though. Everybody has an expiration date.
Absolutely.
Every single one of us, no matter tall, black, short, whatever the hell, trans, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
One day.
So
Thank
stop
God.
worrying about the bullshit. That's where I'm going.
I'm with you.
Well, Dodge is waiting for his alien probe, so you do believe that aliens exist. Do you believe?
Yes, yeah, I do. I believe
What do you-
they've. There were reports as early as the 1890s. I think the first one was in a gold rush area near San Francisco, and they had no basis or concepts as to what an alien is, and saw that same kind of flying saucer,
Yeah.
that same machine. So it's for over a century there've been.
And bro,
reports.
I'm Assyrian. All of our hieroglyphics and everything from the caves, they
Right.
drew.
Even older, yeah.
Bro, they draw,
Egyptians.
and it's just people pointing in the sky, and there's literally spacecraft shit in the sky. I get that people were creative, but you draw what you see from that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, so I don't know. Listen, if they are, it'd be a cool. I think, and I'm telling you right now, I was on the treadmill the other day, and I got this weird rush that came over me, and I was like, oh my God, I think something big is gonna happen. Something big. I'm telling guys, I'm being dead serious. I think everybody's walking around too comfortable right now. COVID, everybody's like, now all this stuff, people are like, yeah, Fauci, science line. And they have to scare the shit out of us because I think to bring a new world order, to make everybody come together, every nation, every race, every creed, everybody, it has to be a threat that's not from this world. Because think about COVID was a test run. Think about this, see how draconian all these little things. Now, because think about this, Shamar, and I'll be honest, if right now, late breaking news, Elon goes, Vinny, oh my God, CNN, all the news, an alien craft is hovering and it's speaking with us, and guess what? It's saying this, this, and this. Look how scared we got with COVID, and look what humans did. Human beings, the first thing they did, they're like, let's go to Costco and get toilet paper. We don't know what the fuck is going on. You realize that? There's a global pandemic. People were killing each other to get fucking toilet paper. Imagine when an alien ship lands, you're gonna do whatever the government, honey, turn on whoever, CNN or Fox. Listen to what they're saying. And that's how you make everybody, guess what, martial law. Guys, no, stay in your house. You got to stay home, homie.
I'll tell you the first thing I'm doing.
What?
I'm calling Rob at HR and seeing if I got to come to work.
Imagine that. Hey, Rob, listen.
Yes, you do.
Rob, are you watching this?
Answer.
Yeah, Rob,
yes, you do.
Listen, I was going to give you the whole my tires flat situation, but I'm not,
There's a freaking spaceship in the sky, and I just want to know if we got to put stuff out on the internet tomorrow.
And they're still going to be like, no, you got to come.
Listen, I've seen a spaceship, so it's real. I'm telling you.
Wait, you saw what?
Yeah, a spaceship in California.
What do you mean you saw a spaceship?
Like, I saw a spaceship.
You went to Disneyland, right?
In California. I have a video of it if you want to see.
Let me see it.
What?
Sure, it wasn't that guy's balls.
Video,
you have a video of a real spaceship. Don't.
Yes, no. This is not a joke.
Go ahead. This is you?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You were prepared.
Matt, if it's that black guy on the edge of a bed and his schlong comes on, I hate when people do that.
Yeah, you see it moving?
Matt, what the hell is that?
That's wild. You part of that?
Matt, you really recorded
Maverick,
this?
that
was me. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It was in Northern California, and you can see actually if you look in the video, there's like a star underneath.
I mean,
you see it?
Is that?
Is that you?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Look, that's what I'm saying. Like,
what? That little white
but you don't understand. After it went across the sky, it turned 2 different colors, and then just proceeded to just fade off. That was it. Like, it was like, it put the opacity down, you know?
The opacity, I got it. Hey, maybe they were looking for Dodge to anally probe him, and they still haven't found him.
I had my butt cheek spread wide open.
You know what? If only I knew Dodge
I
back
did
then.
hear some crazy shit that
that's
aliens
crazy.
love, like the secretion of like when you get scared, and they love that. And I don't know how like somebody's gotten
Adrenochrome?
This is getting nasty.
something crumb.
Adrenochrome?
Okay,
This is getting
guys,
kinda
let's,
nasty.
we're killing it. All right, so last story before we go to Dodge. I want to talk about the song by Jason Aldean, Try That in a Small Town, and the outrage from Democrats and the left. Have you guys heard that song?
Of course.
Yeah, I love Jason
Try
Aldean,
that in
actually.
a
I loved
small
him before.
So basically, the
Amarillo
song
Sky,
is
hell
about
yeah.
the violence and the craziness that occurred during the 2020 riots, where
Black
churches
Lives
were being
Matter.
burned and the shootings in the street, and just the insanity that was going on.
The mostly peaceful protest?
Mostly peaceful protest. Yeah,
Okay.
but dude, but listen to me. When I say the outrage, Shamar, people on like The View and everybody are like, what? This is some racist shit. All he's basically saying is all that shit flies in Chicago and all these Detroit. He goes, you don't do that shit in a small town. So I picked 2 songs. I picked that song. Just let's compare the lyrics from that song
I'm excited.
to there's another song. Hold on, I got both of them by Sexy Red and Tay Keith. It's called Pound Town. Okay. And
Wait, is this a real?
These are both lyrics from the song, and I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna read them both to you
I
guys.
want like a poet.
Like a poet.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm
So
ready.
this is Shamari. Since you haven't heard it,
I've
this
heard
is,
Pound
This
Town.
is the one. Okay. These are the lyrics. These are the lyrics from Try That in an Old
Okay.
Town. Some of the lyrics, and I'll go back to
I'm
Pound
ready.
Town. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's close our eyes. Let's
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like.
Sounds like a fun
Okay?
night.
Hold
That's
on.
right.
This is the Pound Town song.
Oh, I rhymed.
I'm out of town thugging with my rounds. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. We're the N-word.
Wipe herself.
I'm looking for the hose. Quit playing N-word, come
let go
suck a
ahead.
bitch toes.
What?
Pound Town just left. Pound Town with my N-words. He just took a bitch down. Yeah, the N-word dick a bitch down. Yeah, the N-word eat me out. Back to the other one. Ready? Hold on. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town.
You can try that in a pound town.
Okay.
Yo, see how far you make it down the road. Round here, we take care of our own. You cross the line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't, all right? Try that in a small town. Got a gun from my granddad. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck in a small town. Let me continue with these. I'm out here in Miami looking for the hoochie daddies. We're the N-words that get ratchet. Too many bitches. Where my N-words at? My son needs a new pappy. I'm trying to get my coochie scratched. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. You know them dreadheads do it the best. I like an N-word with a check. All my N-words give me neck.
Okay.
So which one offends you? Which one do you feel?
Wait, is that one?
Those are
is that on the radio?
That's on the radio right now.
I stopped listening to music, and we're artists.
That song, and mind you, nobody on The View was mad about that. There's no outrage about this girl telling people just her butthole's brown.
Because we're real feminists, man. Support the Pound Town, man. If she want to get a coochie hole stretched.
Was my favorite.
Yeah, her vagina's pink and her booty hole's brown.
But it's like the shit because apparently, well, he was showing in his music video. He's showing videos of all the news clips, real news clips of what was happening, and that's all cool. But this Pound Town, that's what. Nobody's mad about.
I'm just saying this. You don't like to go to Pound Town?
You
don't like to go
Dodge,
I'm already there.
Dodge is already in Pound Town, but it's like, bro, if you're gonna get mad at that, it's like, bro, relax.
You're a lady, but Christy, you don't like to go to Pound Town?
But I didn't like it in a song like that.
In reality,
and that's gross.
do you like to go to Pound Town?
Not to that Pound Town.
Not to that.
A
The
brown
video,
booty.
the video's pretty aggressive.
You got brown skin.
The video.
Shamari, that's
I don't think that's what they
disgusting.
meant by
It's the same
brown.
color for everybody.
That's disgusting.
That's
But guess what? Put that song and try it in a small town. Try Pound
Try to
Town
bring
in
the
a small
Pound Town to a
town.
small town. Oh shit, they can do a remix.
I promise you, there's people in the small town going to Pound Town right now.
That's so fun. Look at Dodge's dog. By the way, Dodge has his dog here. All right, guys.
It's a potato.
Let's move on. Speaking of the devil.
Wait, but what was the question?
There was no question. I just
He
outraged.
just wanted to
compare. I wanted to compare why the left is mad about that song.
The nonsense.
I'll say this, and this is to kind of paraphrase from PBD, man. If you got a problem with one thing, you got to have a problem with the other thing. I personally feel kind of the same way with P, where it's like I don't have a problem with either of these things.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have a problem with one, you must have a problem
Guess
with
you're
the
not
other.
an R. Kelly fan.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Now, do you must have one with the other one, or how about this? If you have a problem, don't think that you're right about everything, because there's other messed up shit. Like you could see, like for instance, I don't see anything wrong with try that in a small town. And to be honest with you, I don't see anything Pound Town, whatever. But don't talk shit and not think that you can get talked shit about, because everybody has faults and everything's messed up. It's just you want to.
I'm trying to go to Pound Town this weekend.
I'm trying to go to Pound Town right now. I want to go to Pound Town in a small town. That's the goal. But anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna be moving on. We've already seen his face a couple of times. He's our in-house news correspondent. His dog is here, but you can't see his dog name because
I can try to get him in the.
No, he's chilling for right now. Well, if you want to, if you can't show him, Dodge. We're gonna go to our next segment, and that segment is called Dodge This. Dodge, you can show him, Dodge. When he get up there?
Yeah. Here, you want me?
Dodge, show name for everybody. Everybody loves dogs.
His name is Name.
His name is Name.
Just to get it clear.
Yeah, show him.
Present yourself.
Look, he presents him.
Oh,
Look, get him up there. Dodge is gonna go up there.
It might be too small. He's a potato.
Yeah, he might not be able to get up. Hey.
Oh, he's a good boy.
It's okay, Dodge. It's all good, Dodge.
He literally is the size
Now we're gonna
of like
reframe
a big
Dodge.
potato.
Is that what we're gonna do? Look, he's gonna pick him up. Pick his ass up, Dodge.
Oh my God, he's a big.
Mad, it'll be funny.
He's a big boy.
Okay, all right, Dodge. You guys heard him. It's all good.
It's not happening.
But he's a good boy.
He's like, fuck you, Dad. Don't be picking me up. All right, is Dodge good frame-wise, Elon? Are you back in normal?
I messed that all up. Sorry, guys.
All right, beautiful.
Okay.
No, Dodge. Dodge. We heard him. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I got very
we
mad.
heard, not hurt, but God. All right, Dodge. What's
mad,
happening in the world?
Pick him
Talk
up.
to us.
But we do have a lot of news, starting with some tragic news.
Oh.
Pee Wee Herman, legendary comedian who brought joy to children nationwide, has tragically passed away at the age of 70. Go to your local movie theater tonight and rub one out in his honor.
Rest in peace, Pee Wee.
In Sarasota, too.
I love him.
That was
Pound Town by
they
yourself.
nailed him for that for no reason. Poor guy. He was at a porn theater.
He's a porn
I'm glad he
theater
made a
doing what
comeback.
you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Why does he
yeah.
look like AJ from the Backstreet Boys, though?
Because that's his father.
he looks cute.
Right?
It that way. Jacking off.
Jacket. All right, guys, go ahead.
That's actually great. We should
Go
lay
ahead,
that
Dodge.
track down. Harry Styles was seen on James Corden's boat with the Victoria's Secret model off the coast of Amalfi, Italy. Unfortunately, Corden was the only one to dock back alive after getting hungry and eating everyone on board.
His belly looks like a face.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a big jerk. He's supposed to be very rude to waiters.
Yeah,
apparently.
fuck him.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
Oh, that's
Just
unfortunate.
like Google James Corden Reddit.
Yeah,
There's
he's
so many stories.
he's an asshole. Keep it going,
Really?
Dodge.
Ugh.
So he deserves it.
Can't be fat and an asshole.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Asshole.
It's a bad combo. The Truly YouTube channel is exploding in popularity after setting up blind dates where one of them has a disability. One young lady was born missing half her teeth, but
Oh my
as her
God.
date was desperate, he focused on all the teeth she did have.
That's a good soul.
Good guy.
That's me when I'm traveling and I see a meth head. I'm like, well, look at all the teeth she does have.
I love you,
Oh my
Dodge.
God, Dodge.
But why are her bottom teeth so big?
I love. So good.
Rapper Cardi B threw a microphone at a fan after he tossed his drink at her while performing in Las Vegas. It's a very scary thought, as you never know what could be in one of those drinks. When reached for comment, the fan said he was just trying to give Cardi a taste of her own medicine.
Yeah, Dodge.
No,
That
tell
drugging
him.
bitch.
You know, everyone
Tell
in
'em.
production freaked out when she threw that mic. They were
100%.
like, oh my
Well, that's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, that's 500 grand.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. All right, go ahead. Good job.
that's funny.
I wish she got roofied.
Okay. There he is.
Those, and speaking of which, those in Washington are concerned after Senator Mitch McConnell stood for a prolonged number of seconds and froze at the podium. To be fair, the senator just wanted to retreat into his shell, as he is in fact a turtle.
Oh my God, he looks just like that.
him. Yeah.
Holy
It's identical. That's a good photo
Oh,
you
hell
found.
yeah.
He
Dodge, good
identifies.
job. He identifies
Identical.
as a
I
fucking
swear.
snapper.
He
whatever.
should.
Snapping turtle.
Snapping
I got
turtle.
bit by one.
And
once
they
before.
die 80, so. You know.
Oh, fuck.
That hurt?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Like a motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Which it
I'm
feel
sorry
good
about that.
too.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm gonna get a turtle in my S&M routine. It might be kind of fun.
Where is it biting?
Well, that's the most. Well,
We'll leave that
Trial
for the
and
next
error.
episode.
Yeah.
Dodge this.
yeah, trial and error.
Go ahead, Dodge.
Ed Sheeran delighted fans after stopping by a popular Chicago restaurant to help serve customers hot dogs. Sheeran said he enjoyed the experience, as it was the only time a girl would ever let that disgusting ginger serve his hot dog. Been there.
He has to get laid because he's Tom. Ed Sheeran.
I'm sure he
You don't
does.
make
I'm
a
sure he
song.
He
does.
gets laid, but dude, like,
I'm in
I know.
love.
if
with the
he
shape of
wasn't,
you.
if he wasn't famous, that guy would never
Never.
get any. Period.
Never.
He'd
Depends
have
on
to pay for
like
it. He'd have to pay for
geographically.
it. You know that. All right,
He's
go
like
ahead.
in Ireland.
Right. Yeah. You go to,
Yeah,
like,
if he was on
Mexico.
Game of Thrones set, because he looks
he
like one of those
was.
guys. Yeah, he was.
That's your ginger
Okay, I
cousin.
All right, go ahead.
Right? Unfortunately, people say I look
You're
like
hotter,
him.
Dodge.
Thank you. Thank you. I need to hear that. At least 45 people were killed at a political rally in Pakistan to support a presidential opposition candidate. And this just in, the incumbent president is expected to win the close election by 45 votes.
Oh my God.
By 45.
Oh man.
Hey,
It worked.
45 die, you're in, buddy.
Hey.
It worked.
Go ahead, brother.
And Queens, New York is seeing a resurgence of prostitution activity, recreating the old red light district along Roosevelt Avenue. In light of this good news, Vinny's sister can finally come out of retirement and get back to work.
Holy shit, Dodge.
Wow, Dodge.
She never did
Congratulations.
anything to you.
Jeez.
Nah,
Wow.
wow.
Speak-
He said,
speak
"Yo,
for yourself."
Out of retirement and get back to
Wasn't
work.
she in the military?
She was in the military, but now she can get back to work.
She did a lot
That's
to
a
me, but
service
nothing
woman.
Shout
bad.
out to my
Talking
sister
about.
for that on E.
She will whoop
I
that
love
ass.
Dodge. That's hey. Shots fired. Go ahead, Dodge. She's black. That chick is black.
You're pretty dark. She
That's
could
Not even
sexy
my
be
red.
sister.
Arabian.
My sister's Middle Eastern, so that could be my sister.
Yeah,
It
red bone.
could be an Arabian
Hey, it's
girl.
All right, go ahead. Dodge.
As mentioned last week, a man has spent $14,000 to essentially turn into a dog with a realistic and life-size, fully capable costume. When asked why, the man said he just wanted to bang some bitches with no strings attached.
My man. My man.
Yes,
Yes, Dodge.
With no strings attached. Just hit it and quit it.
That's
Oh,
it.
Dodge, I love you.
That's what
like
name is
trans
feeling
thing.
like right now.
Oh my God,
Wow.
that's so fucking
It's like the trans thing, but for dogs.
Shout out the name.
Go ahead, Dodge.
Roger Clemens' daughter, remember him, has been seen going into sewers, making it her mission to rescue stray dogs across her city, with dozens in total receiving her grace.
Nice.
Unfortunately, after her dad stopped by, he killed all the dogs in a steroid-fueled rage.
He was
You
on
know he's capable of it. You know it.
Yeah.
Let's dodge this.
Oh, that's it. Everybody give it up for Dodge.
Thank you.
Oh my God, guys.
That's funny.
That's Dodge. I freaking love you, bro.
Love you too.
The dog, the guy banging other dogs. Just a couple weeks ago, I was like, I wish he gets banged by a dog because he wants to be dressing up. But that's actually a funnier take. All right, guys, we're gonna shift gears to something that the other stories are just stories, but these are stories that really piss me off. And we're gonna go into the last segment, which is called Venting with Vinnie. All right, let's get pissed off. Christy actually reported on this last week. Former, if you want to pull this up, Matt, former ABC News reporter James Gordon Meek, who bragged about debunking evidence of an elite pedophile ring dubbed PizzaGate, was arrested and pled guilty to child pornography charges. He pled guilty to the transportation and possession of child sex abuse material after the FBI conducted a raid on his Arlington home in 2022, finding a Dropbox account of sickening child rape and materials of minors stored on his account. The court papers indicate the investigation began when a Dropbox reached out to FBI, which that means they're monitoring all your shit,
Right,
mind you,
100%.
to discuss videos showing sexual abuse of children. The DOJ reported some of the images of the videos depicting pre-pubescent minors and minors under the age of 12, including an infant being raped. And isn't it ironic? Isn't it weird that this guy is the guy that was like, no, Pizzagate and pedophilia and a ring of people doing it is all fake, which I totally believe in. Christy, you reported this.
Yeah.
What do you feel about this, Christy?
My entire thing is like, this is a well-established, investigative, award-winning journalist who's worked for ABC since 2013.
Yeah.
And throughout that entire time, which I believe that they've been looking at photos there that he's had since 2014.
Yes.
So while he's collecting all of this, while he's having these inappropriate conversations with people online, he's also writing the very news stories that America is reading and believing. So it's like, that's my whole thing, especially as I get into the writing game and
minutia?
Yeah, the journalistic, because I feel like credible journalism has completely been lost, and that's why people are going to independent sources to try to get their news. Because when you see things like this isn't the first writer, the first journalist that I see that is arrested and imprisoned and guilty of sexual pornography of children.
And producer, and Christy, not only just writers, I've seen ABC, CNN, all these people, producers, they're all getting in trouble. It's under the radar.
It's under the radar, and then meanwhile, they're the ones who are negating the attention from that, the very real situation that we have with like human and child trafficking, which is more than 50% of that industry. The money comes from the United States.
1,000%.
So it's just crazy to me that these very people that are like posting these kinds of stories and people are believing it, well, ABC said this and ABC, it's those writers. But then at the same time, they're getting caught. They're reporting on this on mainstream publications, but they're not putting it in the spotlight.
Of course
Why?
not. Why? Yeah. My
entire thing is like, you need to research who you're reading, what you're reading, their backgrounds, because I'm seeing a pattern here as I'm like, my job now is to investigate within that, within news stories. So my whole thing is like, why isn't something so prevalent like this in the limelight?
Yeah,
but instead we're in aliens.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. And
You
now,
know?
mind you, this story, Christy, because I know you told me about it, was a blip on the radar.
Yeah.
I saw it, and mind you, I don't follow
never
Fox.
heard of it.
You see it, Dodge. Dodge didn't even heard of it. And mind you, you're an avid news reading.
Yeah, every day.
You're a freaking journalist yourself. So it's like, notice how this is under the radar. This is the guy that's like Pizzagate. It's all bullshit, and people believe these demons.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy? This goes to the first story that we talked about. What's stopping this asshole from going, you know what? I'm actually a woman. I identify as a woman. I don't want to go to a woman's jail, and I want boobs,
Yeah.
and you fuckers have to pay for it.
Absolutely.
What's stopping him? Like,
Yeah.
why not? I would do it if I was a demon like that. What are you waiting for? James, what's his name? He's probably
James Meek. James Gordon Meek, I think.
Meek, isn't that correct? What do you think?
I want to know what was the reason he had this? Like, is there something?
He's a perverted,
Well,
disgusting.
he's also shared that he's fantasized abducting, raping, and killing 12-year-old girls.
He said that
He had,
okay.
yeah.
He has
there, there have been exchanges of conversation that they have found to the point that when you have Dropbox that, well, technically now we know they can monitor anything that you have on there. But when you have them contacting the FBI because they're like, you need to really check on this guy's account.
Yeah.
That's when you know that whatever's in there and has been there for many years collecting images and videos, and who knows if he was like a part of some of them.
Now that's where
crazy.
my anger kind of flares up, where it's like, are you just indulging in this type of pornography, or are you a part of manufacturing it?
Who knows,
to me, that's the layer. You know, I don't really give a fuck too much. I say fuck. I don't really give a fuck too much about when somebody does something that they just enjoy, but when they do something that is harming other people, and they are a part of the manufacturing of it. Like, if you're manufacturing the poison, I have a problem with you, not the person that's taking the poison. I don't necessarily have a problem with the junkie. I have a problem with the drug dealer.
But wait, do you have a problem with the pedophile like this?
This guy, I don't know if he's ever touched a kid or what he's ever done with the kid. But the fact that this guy is watching it, it makes me think there's something wrong in the guy's brain.
Obviously, there's something wrong.
So I want to know, how are we solving as a community and as a public, as a country? How are we solving these mental issues? Because he's not just a criminal. I can see the victim in it, the victim mentality that he may have, the sick psychoticness of it, and not just he's not necessarily the drug dealer. He's the drug user.
100%. But what I'm saying is, though, I know where you're kind of going at. He's obviously something is wrong with him where he cannot be in society. Because if you're watching this shit, right, who knows when you're gonna act on it? And that's why it's illegal. You can't possess anything when it comes to children or underage or videos of. Let me rephrase this. Anything that has to do with child pornography, you have to be that group has to be taken out of society, because who knows what they're doing and who they're recruiting or who they're getting. Because I think going to like the sex trafficking and all these PizzaGate and all these people, Oprah's school where kids were going missing from, I don't know where the hell they were shipping them out to, but that's why I think this whole open border policy, I just saw this morning. I was watching a video as I was getting ready. Mayorkas, that little smiling, oh God, that guy, I'm disgusted when I see Mayorkas. I know he's just doing what the administration is telling him to do, but they're like, this lady who went to the border, a congresswoman, I forgot her name, she's like, that's me taking a video of a guy carrying a kid that's crying, and they asked him to take a DNA test because he wouldn't do it, and he finally admitted, that's not my kid. I'm just bringing him because
I've been there.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You're dropping that kid off. And she goes, I never saw the kid again. That's why the left, who are, I mean, there's probably people on the right that are demons as well. They want an open border because, bro, they want an influx of these people that go missing. 85,000 kids missing, that you're messing with their supply chain.
I mean, personally, after our interview with Alex Jones, I fully believe it. Everything is pedophilia.
There's nothing.
Like, when he broke it down and he was talking like the Hollywood elites are sleeping with these young people.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say something too that I was kind of nervous about saying. Like, I actually thought about saying it yesterday before the show. I don't know. I was like thinking about the show, and I remember being in a studio when I was maybe like 23. I was at a rap studio, and I'm not gonna say where because I don't want to put him on blast, but there was a producer, a well-known producer, that if I ever said one of his hit records, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But he was with
We'll put that in the chat at the end. We'll let everybody. I'm joking.
He was with this 18-year-old girl at the time, and fine supermodel type 18-year-old chick. And I went up to him and I'm like, how you end up with that? Because this dude is like 40, 50, close to 50 years old. Been in the game a long time. He said, man, and I'll never forget it, you are as young as the woman you're fucking.
What the fuck?
You are as young as the woman you're fucking. And I was like, damn.
God, then I must be 57 years old.
My whole thing is like, it's everybody's individual responsibility to take care of their mental health. Usually people who are like that and who are messed up in that kind of way and looking at children, they were probably abused as a child as well. They don't understand they are traumatized as well. But it is not an entire society's responsibility to take care of that person's mental health. So it's not going to be at the expense, like letting him run free on this fantasy at the expense of like him possibly doing a crime. Like we're just going to let him run free. No, like once we start seeing that this is there's a very real problem, and that's why we have psych wards, and that's why we have places where we put them away from society.
Yeah.
Like if we have text messages now where if someone's insinuating that they're going to shoot up a school, it's this, like this is even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not worse. It's just different, but it's
like,
just as bad.
Well,
it's just as bad because it's
again, that's why
children.
I'm always like, you have the drug dealer and the drug user. I'm like, this guy to me sounds like a drug user, and what I would do if I was in charge of some type of government facility is use him to find the drug dealer.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna use you as, you know, that joke that Dave Chappelle had about the salt trap and the monkey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Where it's like the African, they would put the salt in a little hole, and then the monkey would go find the salt, and his hand would get trapped in the hole, and then he would release the monkey, and the monkey would run to the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he finally got some water. So I would try and use this PizzaGate guy to find the actual traffickers, because you must be getting the porn.
Of course. Well,
from
I mean,
somewhere.
the dark web. Well, the dark web it's called the dark web for a reason, and they're anonymous through all their torrent or whatever, all those servers that they use. But my thing is, and I'm sorry, bro, if you get off and you watch child pornography,
You watch a
pictures,
baby.
photos, babies getting raped, you have listen to me. They have to take you and get you out of society as soon as possible. And Shamari, I'm telling you right now, if you act upon it and you rape and you do that, you have to die. That's this is me, because guess what? Nothing positive, none of my tax money is gonna go for your tits because now you want to be a dude.
That's the person who
for
identifies
your
as a
food
woman,
for the next 30
and
years,
then you
for
pay
that
for
matter.
fake boobs.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. I'm sorry, and
want the death
I think
penalty.
me and Alon on the same point. I'm sorry, bro. You lose your card to be around human beings, because now I can never trust you to be around any children. Because if you're watching the porn and you're seeing people getting raped and potentially snuff film murdered, what is inside you, bro? Guess what? There's a defect that's in here that, and mind you, it happened with Anthony Weiner. I'm so, like, I was upset that I wasn't on it, but then I actually was happy that I wasn't. Because me and that dude probably would have fought. Because I probably would have fought him, because he never really was like, oh, I have a problem. You know, I wanted to say, if you drink, I'm technically I'm an alcoholic because I love to drink, but I know that I can't be around it because I'm gonna drink all the time. So my father, we come from a family of alcoholics, right? Yeah. It's when I see people drink, I'm still like, oh my God, like, ugh, I wish I could have a martini or something. You know, Dodge, like, I'm not like drooling, or I don't go to AA. I'm just, I know that I have a problem, so I have that self-control, but it's always going in here.
You're aware of your limitations.
I'm aware of my limitations.
Anybody
but
can.
Here's my point. I still deal with it every day.
Sure.
Anthony Weiner was trying to hook up with a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. That doesn't leave his body. Bro, at the end of the day, he's recovering. Trust me, he sees underage girls, and he's still like, damn. I don't think that guy should be walking around. I don't give a shit about a 2-year.
Even if
he did his time, that's not enough time.
Even if he's got it somewhat under control, like he's not out here raping kids or doing anything to the kids.
Dude, it's a ticking time bomb with somebody like that. I'm telling you right now, if the opportunity came, who's to say that he's like, wait a minute, she's not gonna tell? I'll hook up with her. I don't fucking know. But he can't tell me that it's still not going on in his head. He's like, I deal with it every day. Let me
ask you this question. So let's say like teachers and students, when you see that happen, right?
Yeah.
So 45-year-old teacher hooks up with 16-year-old girl, deaf?
No, that's jail. Jail for a very long time.
Life, I think.
He hooks up with an underage girl that she was consenting. He didn't rape her. She was consenting. He goes to jail for the rest of his life.
30-year-old female teacher hooks up with a 16-year-old boy.
Jail.
Jail.
Same
I want to
shit.
watch.
Sorry,
Same.
guys, and I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. And I love it. Is a weird double standard, because every guy I know always goes, "Damn, where were those teachers when I was?" But listen, people don't realize that kid probably got like coerced in by his friends. Like, yo, man, the teacher hit it. He's probably gonna be screwed up in his head.
Maybe.
As well.
But that's
you
usually
never
men
know.
and women, though.
What's up?
There has to be a different. It's with the trans stuff too. There has to be a different set of codes and moral understanding, because for women, understandably, because there's more risk involved, sex is a much more serious and sacred thing. So I do think it's different, man. When you're
but let me be a
16 years
feminist.
old,
Let me be a
hooking up with a
feminist.
hot 40-year-old teacher.
I disagree.
It's
I think it's
completely
more
different,
societal.
in my opinion. They will treasure that for the rest of their lives. It might be weird, and if they were coerced or there's something weird or threatened to not have a good grade, that's not okay, and it's never okay. But it's a different situation. They feel completely different than when it would happen to a woman.
Yeah, no, imagine that's what I'm saying. Like every time I've heard that, Dodge, like meaning like when you see a teacher, and dude, is it weird? The majority of these female teachers, they're all hot. Isn't that weird?
Mary Kay Letourneau, still married to Billy
married.
Fallout.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had an inappropriate relationship with a teacher before.
Oh, what? So what
it didn't go all the way to sex, but her husband got involved, and we ended up having
How old are you?
Shamari?
Yeah.
How old are you, Shamari?
I like women, bro.
How old are you though?
I was like 17.
Okay, that's not bad. Like, but when
You see,
when
but
I see like 14,
that's the confusion right there.
Like,
That's
see,
the confusion.
17 about to
Where's
be 18.
the line at?
Yeah, there's a lot. But when it's listen,
now babies and shit, we all know that's some
that's what I'm saying.
weird,
Well, that's what this guy was
nonsense.
this guy was looking at 12-year-olds. There's the line
prepubescent.
right,
and that's evil for a 12-year-old boy to do it a
It's
teacher. That's no
ridiculous.
difference.
Yeah, say it again,
That's
Dodge?
evil if you do any of that to a 12-year-old boy or 13 or even 14-year-old boy
14.
or 15. That's still evil. I'm
Yeah, it's
saying
evil. No, I
16,
agree.
17.
Because at the end of the
then we
day-
have a discussion. But
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if they're like physically mature, like they grow a little bit faster than like other girls, for example, like they mature physically, their psyche is still the same. They are still a
Still immature.
14-year-old girl. You'll know more because you're a grown-ass man thinking about these things, but she is innocent. And that's the problem. Now, some girls might act like they'll be like, we've had this conversation before where you're like, oh yeah, well, some girls, like, you know, they act like they're innocent, but they're not. They're more mature. Those girls are statistically, they've already been either abused, they come up from a broken home, they've been touched inappropriately before. So there's a trauma there, like probably this guy, like Meek, that they will carry with them throughout their entire sexual lives until they get the proper therapy. That's why, like, some 16-year-olds, they're really mature and stuff like that. They've already been
there,
exposed and hurt, and that doesn't
gotta-
mean that you continue to do it. They need healing.
I genuinely, I agree with everything you're saying. And I think we just have to be very stringent on those lines, those hard red lines. Like how we just said prepubescent.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. The kid can't even have a baby yet.
That's what I'm saying.
You
That's
know,
what
it's
this guy
like-
was
and you're-
doing.
So the whole sex making part of biology hasn't even been activated.
Well, that's not true because you have 10 or 11-year-old girls who can get their periods, who do get their periods.
What is that? Is that pubescent or is that prepubescent?
They're in that stage where they're growing. It depends on each person, but they're going through their puberty.
Well,
but that's already young. That's 10, 11
Then we
years
gotta
old.
we gotta make a hard line. Like, okay, at 14, that's death penalty. Anything under 16,
Well, the hard line
that's jail.
is
you know, because it kind
depending.
of makes sense to me. Again, I'm not like some idealist where it's like, oh, the world is roses. I've seen enough negative things and real things where, okay, I know girls that were having sex at 12. I know dudes that were having sex at 12.
Yeah.
I know kids that I know a kid right now that, well, not right now, but he's a man now. But his auntie raped him, and it made him like a sexual
Crazy deviant.
Nah, I ain't even gonna say deviant. He's the guy that we'd be like, yo, bro, you smashed another one. God,
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
got
That's exactly
he's
my
running
point.
through him. Like so his sex drive is extremely high because he
It's not a
started.
sex drive, it's trauma.
So it's like
It's a desensitization.
I've seen so much. It's hard for me to just say, okay, it's all one thing, and that's why I like the hard red lines where it's like anything prepubescent, anything under 12, 13,
Death.
14, death. Get them rid
Well,
of them.
again, listen, I think having harsher punishments, bro. Think about it, in the Middle East. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
steal, they're chopping your fucking hand off, bro. It ain't 3 strikes and you're out.
Code of
No,
Harambe.
We're chopping your fucking. If you try to cheat and
Oh,
do
no.
whatever, your dick.
Guys.
No.
Hammurabi's code or something
Hammurabi's
like that.
Guys,
good shit.
but I don't think you realize that there's like a mental torture, and I'm sure, I don't know how it was in the military, but there's a mental torture of being in a room secluded with nothing but white walls
Yeah.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Have you really thought about sitting
Oh my God, no.
and
did
looking,
it.
staring at a white blank wall? I would think that
For
the death
24
penalty is easier way out.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through that torture psychologically until you die, and then when you die, you have to face God or whatever it is that you believe in. You have to face God, and then you're gonna go to hell. And
Yeah.
so there's a torture with that too.
100%.
Don't think that like they don't want death. Some of them are
Some
like, I'd
are
rather
begging for it,
die.
but and I think having a harsher, like Shamar, I kind of agree with you where you're like, okay, listen, guys, now we're not playing games. Nationwide, countrywide is by your side.
Is on
You're
your
on your side. You are going. You fuck with a kid, guy, female, male, under 14, and we catch you. Listen to me.
You either getting
No
castrated,
yeah,
or you're going to
yeah,
death.
yeah. Castrated.
You're gonna
I'm
meet
not even mad
your
at that.
maker.
We're gonna lop your dick off, or guess what? You're going to die. I will guarantee the numbers. I mean, they're not gonna drop, but they'll slowly start to, because people are like, man, I wanna I like her, but notice how I went to the southern accent.
Traveling in a small town.
I traveled in a small town and let my balls up. Okay, so
I like her, but I'll wait till she's 14 to give it a try.
We got to wrap up. We went way over, but I love Elan let us go a little bit longer, which is dope.
Thank you.
Elan, love you. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you,
everybody that's
Elan.
in here. This isn't a story, but Mav's going to pull this up. Maverick, I forgot Maverick was here, Maverick.
Woo, let's give it up for Mav.
Mav Daddy.
This isn't even a story. On the way here, I saw some clips of that little fucker, Greta Thunberg. And, yo, listen to me. She's an adult now. I don't give a listen. She could kiss my ass.
Is she an adult now?
She's, how old is she? 16, man?
She's 20, I think.
No, way older. 21, I
Then
think.
guess what?
20 or 21?
To hell with
Looks
her.
like she's
Okay?
12.
Listen.
Hey.
She's old enough not to get killed.
Do you remember this speech? Okay, do you guys remember the speech? She was in front of like the climate summit where they queued her up. They're like, hey, Greta, look innocent, look white. You're already white, and crying, get emotional about the climate, and if this is the how dare you, where she got emotional. But Mav, show this clip.
How dare you?
Watch.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
Look, hold on.
And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones.
Okay, read the script.
People are suffering.
Yeah.
People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
That's a lie.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction.
Liar.
And all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
How dare you?
I feel like-
Okay, cut. All right, and
How
scene.
dare-
And scene. Okay, so now we saw that. Listen to me. Everybody bought. Oh my God, Greta, let's talk the climate. Because this girl who she's reading a script. And then, guys, I just saw a clip on the way here. Apparently, this bitch is eating brunch with a friend, and he says something funny, and she basically mocks that speech and basically laughs in all of our faces. Maverick, please show that clip. Yeah, please show that.
So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties. Oh, I'm so sorry.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet...
Look
Sorry,
at, all right, pause
barbecue
it.
sauce on my
That
titties.
little bitch, like, that's Greta Thunberg laughing her ass off in your face. All you idiots out there that believe
Wow.
her, whoever you are, all, like, she just basically clowned the shit out of all of you. But you know how brilliant that is?
my God.
Chrissy, this whole climate change is all, guess what? The climate changes, obviously, but we're not a threat. We're not, if once Earth wants to get rid of us, it'll just flick us off. We're not making a dent, okay? But it's just how brilliant. Put a cute little girl front and center, because all those guys, nobody believes him, or John Kerry's dumbass. Nobody believes you. They wheel out this little girl, and everybody's like, oh my God.
They were like, we can't sell Al Gore anymore, so let's bring Greta Thunberg.
She's a puppet for the establishment, and they're playing on the hearts of people.
Oh
but I
my
love,
God.
like, when little videos like that come out. Have you seen the other videos where she's getting arrested? They're like, she's standing there
Yeah.
laughing. They're like, okay,
No,
and
she's
action.
smiling.
Arrest her in Germany. Like, it just sickens me. It's like, bro, when are people
No,
gonna wake
it's-
the fuck up
yeah.
to all this dumbass
It's all
propaganda that's all
propaganda.
bullshit?
Yeah.
Climate change, you know how much money is in
She's
climate?
just doing too much, man. That's all it is for me, man. Like, I remember being in this club in high school called Interact, and it was like a part of Rotaract, and it's like a community service club, right? And it was the president of the club, and she'd come out every club meeting, and she'd be like, we're going to clean this beach, and we're going to make it spotless. I don't want to see one shred of plastic when we're done, and then we're going to go clean another beach. And everybody just in the back, like, at least me and the homies was like, yo, I'm just here for my community service.
Yeah,
bitch.
like, I'm not that. Like, I'll clean the beach, but
I'm gonna
And
pick up
beach
2 pieces
cleanup-
of plastic and I'm out.
Beach cleanups, they happen. Like, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm for
clean
the
up the
beach
beaches,
cleanup.
and it's great, but they're just doing it, but it's not like they're making a big deal. They've been doing it for years. I remember
course.
being like in high school, middle school, and it was like community service. People are just doing it. They're taking care of the earth. They don't put that.
Yeah.
They just
No.
put like all.
But
of
it's funny. It's funny, dude. Oh my God, Mav! Mav, can you look this up? John Kerry, who's like he's in Congress. By the way, his head is morphing into something. It's insane. He's in front of Congress, and he's this green. The
can't stand his
world,
face.
and fuels. And one of the congressmen goes, "Hey, didn't you own a jet?" He's like, No, my wife owned one. It's like, wait.
Dude.
You're married to this bitch, John.
And look,
Yeah,
man,
John Kerry, there he is.
she's sitting there talking about how dare you because of economic sit here and talk about economic prosperity. I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to get to be economically prosperous myself.
Yeah, bitch. Look at.
I will clean up the planet later.
Look at his face. Look at his face. When you just are angry and just worrying about the climate, that's what happens to your head. Look how scary this guy looks.
I'm gonna be
Also,
honest. I
Greta-
think they got too much time on their hands. I don't got time to be too worried about the climate. I gotta go to fucking work.
Listen,
Yeah.
Greta
I gotta
had a
get some bread.
plastic straw, and all I want is a plastic straw.
Oh yeah,
These
remember
paper
that?
straws.
Remember that?
Yes.
Oh,
I
hate that.
Pissing me off.
Okay.
Dodge. Let
Maverick.
me explain something to you. That whole thing was one kid took a photo of a sea turtle with a straw in his nose, and everybody, dude, I was in Los Angeles.
It is
You
sad,
have
though.
no idea. Overnight
must have
straws, plastic. Dude, I've never, because of that movement, been so anti-sea turtle. Like, if I saw a sea turtle, I would punch
Oh,
that thing.
no,
No,
not that
fuck
either.
him.
No, but
no, because dude, now I'm drinking and I get cardboard shrapnel in my
It
mouth.
just feels weird on the tongue.
I don't like it. I don't want
It's a
it.
bad
And
mouth
and
texture.
Did you guys notice when this was at the height? Was get rid of the plastic straws. Once COVID hit, people were like, "Fuck
that.
Who cares? Back to plastic."
No.
I'm tired of Greta.
I'm
I'm
a
tired
horrible
of that
hypocrite
movement,
for
bro.
that.
We have, as a society, as a species, we have so much more to worry about, like loving each other. To hell with you and your
Look at
global. Some other asshole was like, global
8.3.
boiling. I don't got.
I'll tell you what, I'm a horrible hypocrite for that. 'cause if you
8.3
go to
billion
my,
plastic straws polluted the world's
You know what we
beaches.
should look at? We should
I'm a
look
horrible
at.
hypocrite for that.
We should look at Greta Thunberg's net worth.
'Cause
Yeah, network and Maverick, look up for 1 second. Look up masks, surgical masks that are thrown in the ocean.
Oh, my
right?
God.
All right. How many surgical masks are going to be in the ocean by 2000? Whatever. If you can find
I'll tell
that
you
stat.
what, man.
Here-
And this is why I say I'm a horrible hypocrite for that, because I still do the beach cleanups every now and then.
Good for you.
But-
All
right.
And you
Good.
can go to my Instagram and you'll see it. It's a lot. I have this sign I'm holding that says "Get rid of single-use plastic," but I love my single-use plastic.
Yeah.
I
That's the
love
best.
having my plastic cups at the house, and I don't have to wash them up afterwards.
Yeah.
I love having a plastic straw when I go to freaking Arby's instead of the freaking.
Yeah.
My favorite is when it's a paper straw in a plastic cup.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on now. What are we doing?
It's
Oh, wait,
stupid.
1.6 billion disposable
no.
masks entered our ocean in 2020. Oh!
And with the woo,
Whoa!
yes.
And guess what? It ain't stopping. But where's the sea turtle with the damn surgical mask on his face?
I mean, I've
Hey,
cleaned
the
up a
sea
lot of
turtle
those.
doesn't
There
have
were a lot.
COVID.
Last time I went to do a beach cleanup, it was a
Right?
lot. It was a lot.
All right, well, listen, guys, we took enough time for all the production, but listen, I'm so happy. Guys, I love this. I love Home Team. I mean,
We
haven't
love
had one
you.
It's fun.
in
I know.
forever.
Bring the band back
Dodge,
together.
I love it. Dodge is always
Hold on,
asking
hold
about
on.
you two. His dog is here. Maverick,
Here, I'm
can you
gonna
show
get the
Maverick
dog
really
on
fast?
stage.
Maverick stepping
Hey,
up.
come here.
Because our lovely Kelly wasn't here.
on stage.
Bring the dog up here, please,
Oh,
Dodge. Look at this dog, guys. We
Name.
gotta
It's a
show
good
name.
Oh my God.
Bring
Come
name up
on.
here. Look at this little
Yeah,
guy.
what a potato.
Hi, Dodge. Make him do
What a
something.
potato.
Look how chubby he is.
What I'll do is he'll get mad at me.
Well,
No,
don't pick him up.
don't get him mad. Oh,
Ah, puppy.
Dodge, it's just your butt
man.
on the camera.
Oh, I love
What a
him.
good boy.
Oh, get your ass out of his face, Dodge.
Hi, Bobby.
All right, Dodge, have him come over here because I'm going to sign us off. Have him right here, Dodge. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
he's
fine.
so good.
All right, guys, so now that we solved the world problems, I want to say thank you to everybody. Please subscribe to our channel, guys. Get the word out to our guest, Christy Pradas, to Shamari CNS, to Dodge, and my buddy Name. God bless you. God bless you. I love you guys. Take care of each other, and we'll see you next week. Peace and love. Right.